Pass on the crypto pump and dumps. So yeah, crypto is it's hard to talk about anything going on new, innovative without running into crypto. But the pump and dumps are real. There's over 11,000 cryptos, and you hear these stories about this 25-year-old or this 30-year. I put in $10 and I made 50,000. Which there are those stories, and I'm not saying those aren't very cool stories, but there's also there's schemes out there. So some people could be very in tune and on top of this, and maybe they're investor savvy, and some people might just get lucky, or some people might be part of this, or they might lose money. But the pump and dump, and I'll show you the next slide, is actual is real life. Of pump and dumps and what happens. So what happens with the pump and dumps is creators pump up the asset, the stock price, or the NFT or the crypto price, and you're usually positioned to sell at a certain price once their holdings and their hype increases. You make 500, 600, 700%. And it's Reddit, Wall Street Bets, and Reddit. And so you generate all this excitement, the price of the asset goes flying up, and then you get out, and lots of people are harmed because of it. They're left, they're holding the same cryptocurrency that you sold, that say went from a fraction of a penny to $5, and it goes back to a fraction of a penny. Well, you got out at $5 because you and your cohorts are in the pump part together, and you all dump it together, and then a lot of people get burned. So the easiest way to identify the pump and dump is when unknown cryptocurrency suddenly arises. So the Shiba one that I was talking about, that started in August 2020, but just these past 3 weeks, it's gone up from 500%. Never buy into the hype. It's easy to say, it's harder to do when we talked about Bitcoin being $1 10 years ago, and now it's close to $60,000. That's a heck of a return. So just do your research. Like the question earlier about the platform, just really do your research, dig in. Are others using it? And do you feel comfortable? Again, you're going to be your own best advocate. And I don't see these options going down. I just see them increasing. We've had several more options just pop up in the short time between these presentations. So again, just stay diligent. Stay diligent. If you're going to put your money somewhere or use a platform to send money, just be aware of that platform. Make sure you know. So this is the pump and dump. This is what happened here. So the graph on the right is the price of an asset here, and to the left is, all right, ready, here we go, rocket pump. So over 40,000 people were in on this. That's how you can actually make that go up, and they're on a platform where they're talking, okay, now we have over 200,000, huge pump. So they see what time they're going to do it. All right, they tell everybody, get ready, go, boom, 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 and see the hype and suspense building on the text or the chat forum, and then you can see the asset price going up, boom, 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 and then they have a set price that they've already determined they're going to get out at, and right when they get out, it crashes, and it happens very fast. So yes, and then oftentimes you'll hear stories of people who've made a lot of money in this, but you won't hear the pump and dump scheme. You won't hear the fraudulent activity. You won't hear the coordinated effort to make this brand new asset that nobody's heard of, skyrocket in price. So it's scary. So looking for a P2P payment, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, Zell. We talked about that earlier. Social media transfers, Facebook. They're coming out with theirs. Twitter now, you can send Bitcoin. So that's a great nerd wallet. I love that. Love that site. Very informative. Gives you a lot of great information.
Brian?
Yes.
2 quick questions that came up in the chat. One is, does Zell use crypto?
If they don't, they're gonna. Let's find out. Not yet. Well,
Okay.
they're not on blockchain technology either, so that it's going to be very hard for them. It's going to be expensive for them. So, yeah, if you're using Zell, well, here, interesting question. You can use Zell to buy Bitcoin.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then the second question that came in says, do banks deal with cryptos and how can one start investing in it?
Um. Yes, and I don't know.
Honest answer is always the best.
Yes. And so there aren't any. So when I want to make sure I'm addressing that question accurately or to the intent that it was asked. So yeah, there are large financial institutions and corporations dealing in Bitcoin, putting it on their balance sheet, buying Bitcoin. Square, Twitter, Tesla, JP Morgan, Walmart. Those are all, I don't think I've said any names, that we don't know. They all own cryptocurrency. Some of them are Tesla. Some of them are positioning themselves to where they can accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment. They want to get ahead of the game. They haven't figured out how to do that quite consistently in a regulatory friendly environment, but they want to get ahead of the game and start getting that on their balance sheets before Bitcoin goes to $150,000, $160,000, or $500,000. So,
Brian, I had another one that was, how do you research these different services? Do you have a place that they can go to check them all out?
Not one place, but is this available for everybody?
The slide. Are you talking about the slide deck?
Yes.
Yes, we will make sure that people have an opportunity to receive a copy of it. That will be in a follow-up email tomorrow.
Okay, that is, so there's a slide towards the end of this where I just said other resources, and
okay,
I put as many websites on there that I go to, that I read about, but no, there's the internet. There's so many different resources, and this is such a fast-paced, evolving environment. There's not one source I go to.
Can I ask you does WSECU have a resource page for these kind of updates? Is that a place that they could reliably go?
Can you ask? I just want to make sure I understand.
I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'm just wondering do you address any of these kind of things under your resource page at WSECU?
Not yet, but not that I'm aware of. Not yet. We address it like in this format, so we offer workshops on it. But I'm not. I don't think the credit union has provided something on their resource page.
Okay.
So, and I'm not involved in that side on the financial side or the strategy or the planning or what we're doing. So I don't know what might be coming. I do know that we offer this though. So was there two questions in there? We got them. Okay. So example. All right, I found a website that claims to sell French bulldog puppies. Once you pay them using Zell, they promise to ship you the puppy the next day. After the puppy shipped, I was contacted by the shipping company who said the puppy passed all its health exams, but they needed payment of an additional $900 for insurance. This is a real scam. So don't use P2P to purchase products. If an online retailer requires payment in P2P, it's probably a scam. So I want to put a caveat by that one too. Only pay with P2P services with people you know. I want that to be true. Gosh, a month ago, 100% of the time. But like I said, I'm trying to be transparent. Recently, I've paid people I didn't know using these platforms. So double, triple check the address. I quadruple checked it when I did it. Username, phone number, the person you're sending money to. Opt in for that strong security. Get that three-step authentication if you can. If victimized, you can file a complaint and fraud, and that will be helpful. It might not help you personally, but it'll be helpful. There's a lot of complaints for one platform, for one site. They're gonna obviously pay attention to that and maybe direct some resources to regulating that. So the fraud org is not going to get your money back though. Best practices for the digital money age. So cybercrime's on the rise. That's just, I have a feeling it's going to hockey stick. The curve just going to go straight up with over 8 billion connected devices and financial institutions giving people access worldwide, 24/7, 365, the flexibility, the freedom, operating on the cloud. There's FIs now that are completely, entirely digital. The breaches and fraud incidents are way over, more than double. So keep your info safe. That seems to be a common theme through all these workshops. You're your own best advocate. Keep your info safe. Think before you click. I'm probably over paranoid. I shared some stories where my poor daughter needed her contacts and I wouldn't pay for it over the phone because I didn't recognize the text number. I was getting a click here to pay for it now. And I was like, no way, that sounds like a scam. So yeah, keep it safe. Check your credit report. So back to the credit workshop, you can get a free copy of your credit report from all 3 bureaus, once a year. So get those, check them. You're your own best advocate. So.